Hello, everybody. Let me know you can see me and hear me. Hi, Katia. Hi, Jeremy. Hi, Pam. Hi, Cindy. Hi, Carol. River City Creative. Awesome. Hi, Robin. Got a full house working on it. Hi, Joanne. That's okay. We'll all make it there one day. Hi, Zen. Hi, Marianne. I take it y'all are ready for this class today. Hope y'all have fun. I really do. It's always fun to learn something that's new and exciting. River City. That's okay, Marianne. You can watch the replay later. Hi, Judy. I bet you are. It's going to be fun. You're going to learn a lot today. We're going to do a little bit of tatting. Most of it is getting the footprint of ANKAR'S in our brains and the rest of our body working with it. Awesome, Carol. Hi, Mary. Hi, Janella. Everybody just popping on in here. Hi, Silver. Lord have mercy, I haven't seen you in an age. Zen is Lori. Sue, hey, you're back. Everybody, this is Sue. She runs the design class. She'll be starting her design classes soon. She just got back from a family reunion. Hi, Arlene. You snuck in on me, didn't you, little lady? Hi, Ann. We got about 6 minutes. Just got back late Tuesday night, so you're recuperating. Thank you so much, Marianne, for that super sticker. You're going to catch up, Silver. Don't worry about it. Hi, Nancy. Wow, full house. Awesome. Awesome. Hi, Barbara. We've got quite a big class today. Yeah, 5 minutes. We'll have some more stragglers coming in here shortly. We have those that they get lunch break at 1 o'clock, okay, on the West Coast, and they just come right on in here. So, yeah, those are the ones we're waiting for. Yes, thank you, Barbara, for the donation. Exactly. Everybody give the video a thumbs up today. Boost that algorithm so we can get promoted on our channel. Did y'all see the stats for last month? Pam posted them in the Facebook group. We're doing better. Getting better, getting better, getting better. Hi, Pam. I'm going to name Pam, my helper, Pam 1. And I'm going to name Pam, the other Pam, Pam 2. Hi, Teresa. I'm teasing the students today. You can tell I feel pretty good today. Yeah, I slept good last night. It was cold and the heater wasn't on to suffocate me. I don't like heat. And man, I slept like a baby. Me and I both, we just zonked. We needed that. I turned over and looked at her and she raised her head up and she looked at me and she flopped back down. Hi, Tom. That's awesome, Barb. I'm so glad you enjoyed the classes. Tom, how's your wife? Yeah, y'all got down to 31. We got down, I think it was 46 or 50 last night. And we're further south than you. We're outside of Orlando. Oh, Lord. Well, when we go to Georgia, we'll be getting our electric blankets. We don't burn much heat. We have a fireplace, and that runs in the living room, but most times we don't turn on the heater unless it gets down to, we're going to get below freezing just to keep the tanks and stuff warm. Hi, Bev. We have heaters on them, but down in the basement where the batteries are, yeah, it gets them batteries cold. We ain't got no juice. Yeah, it will be. This is just a look-see into the future of what it's going to get like this year. El Nino years are well known to be cold, snowy winters. Hush. Just hush, Lori. I'm still cold. I don't think I'll thaw out. That's okay. Hi, Sharon. Awesome. Y'all have fun. We got about a minute. Then we can get jiggy with it. Yeah, Southern California, they got nice weather right now. There's some people sitting in snow saying they wish they was in Southern California. I'm just saying. All right. It's 3:00, and that means it's time for class. But before we get started, let's do some housekeeping. If you enjoy the classes, just know we run strictly off of donations for the pay the website and for all the hookups and stuff, materials and things like that for the classes out of my pocket. Donations can come in many forms. You can donate through PayPal. You can donate with super chats, super stickers, and such as that. Or you can just let the commercials run on the videos. We do draw pennies on the peanut on that. And every penny, in my way of thinking, counts perfect towards things. Just recently, we paid for another 3 years on our website and our domain name. So we're caught up on that. And now we're working on, Pam needs a new computer. I can't I feel responsible to get her a computer because she takes care of the Facebook group. She takes care of all the email, both Gmail and the email dodo. She takes care of all the necessary documentation that we need. She keeps files in order. She keeps all the permission slips in order. She's my right-hand girl. Okay. So yeah, she needs a new computer because hers is slower than molasses. If you've ever seen molasses, you know what I'm talking about. And it's hanging up and causing her problems. So we're looking to get her another computer so that she can take care of business. Other than that, the cameras are still working, but should they crash or something, we have to replace them. But that's okay. We will cover it, and we have faith that we will always have the money. We have a challenge coming up December 3rd. Everybody mark your calendar. We are going to have a special class. It could last 2 to 3 hours, so block your time window out. The time is definite 2 hours, 3 hours if necessary. Okay? And we're all going to learn how to helix tat. If you haven't heard of that, it's the latest, greatest craze. Okay? It's really, really fun, and anybody can do it. It is very, very easy. You just have to be mindful of what you're doing. You can do it needle and shuttle both. Okay? So mark your calendars for that. Hi, Kaylin. Hi, Mavis. Thank you so much, Mary. Thank you so much for your super chat. All right. Morning, no afternoon. Hello. Okay. I think you're running behind yourself, Kaylin. All right, next thing on the list. Have you heard? Laura B has got her new book out. Everybody see this? This is her Christmas book. I got the cover. I ordered the PDF file. I've already glanced through it. I got to tell you, people, get the book. Handy Hands, Tatting Corner, both's going to have it in the hardbound. But you can get the PDF from Laura herself. Just contact her on Facebook, and the book is $32. 154 pages of fun. Okay? Worth every dime. Laura's patterns are a blast to do. They're very easy to do. She's very detail-oriented in her pattern. Yes, it's both in her language in what country? Sweden? No. Where is she at? Pam, you know. Thank you so much, Judy. But it's English and her language, okay? But she does diagrams, and her diagrams are just off the hook. I mean, they are so professionally done. Her last name, you would ask me that, Nancy. I can spell it for you. Say it. Nope, ain't gonna happen. Thank you, Pam. Poland. I knew I was trying to get around there. I knew it was a country that wasn't here. Bziukiewiczz. We call her Laura B. Okay. Hi, Ann. So check out the book. Like I say, I've looked at those patterns, and oh, they are a dream. Okay. Lots of ornament patterns, snowflakes, coasters, you name it. It's for the holidays. It's her Christmas book. So go out and get it. All right. She said that the hard copies will be in the stores in a couple of weeks. But the PDF is available now. So I went ahead and got the PDF. I always support my tatters. Okay. So remember that. When you become a designer, you've got your first sale right here. Okay. I support all my tatters. So with that said, today we are doing ANKAR'S class. ANKAR'S is a technique. What I'm going to do is I'm going to switch cameras here and put you on the other table. That way you can see what I got over there. All right, you see on my table, I got all kinds of fun stuff. But this is just information stuff. What's underneath of this is the fun stuff, okay? I can get it all moved. Let's just pick it up and move it. All right. Yeah, it looks like somebody just dumped a bunch of stuff on my table, but they didn't. I did. This is ANKAR'S. This right here. These earrings are ANKAR'S. This is an ANKAR'S earring. These are considered ANKAR'S because of the technique used to tat these items. Now, you ask, is it stacked rings? No, ANKAR'S is not stacked rings. It has stacked rings, but you can do stacked rings without doing ANKAR'S because ANKAR'S is a technique. Okay, let's get it straight. ANKAR'S is a technique just like the Catherine Little joint. It's a technique just like balanced double stitch. Okay, a split ring. Those are all techniques, and that's exactly what ANKAR'S is. It's a technique. But this technique allows you to put out pieces that look like this because of the way you perform the technique. These all line up perfectly. Everything is tight and meshed together perfectly. Okay, so this is ANKAR'S. But just because we have beads on tatting, it does not display ANKAR'S. There's where the confusion lies. Okay, what displays ANKAR'S? First of all, there are rules to ANKAR'S. We have a laundry list of rules for ANKAR'S. Okay, now, first of all, a lot of you ask, what is ANKAR'S? What's the letters stand for? The letters are the initials of the ladies that developed this technique. Now, I'm going to lay all this stuff up here. We're going to go through that in a minute. All right. Let me get my paperwork here. All that stuff I told y'all to print out. This is what we're going to look at. Okay. ANKAR'S is the acronym for the initials for the first and last names of 3 women. Angelina Rosanova, her daughter Ekaterina Stepnaya, and Angela Sofanova. Say that 3 times in a row and you're doing good. Hi, Harold. Hi, Daphne. Hi, Pasha. Boy, y'all just slipped in the back door, didn't you? All right. Angelina is no longer with us. All right. She passed, I think it was 2008. Okay. But the technique still goes on. And Ekaterina, I know you've heard me talk about her. Rena Stepnaya. That's her. And she has the ANKAR'S school in Russia. She runs the ANKAR'S school. I took the courses through her school. It was an online course that she offered. And I took the courses and I fell in love with ANKAR'S. And then to further my education, I went through another course that Angela Gampka put out. It was a master's course for ANKAR'S. Mind you, those classes are not cheap. So what you're going to get today is the education that and the knowledge that I gained from taking both of those courses. And this will continue on. We're going to continue this on after the Thanksgiving breaks. So don't worry, what you don't get done now, we're going to get done after then. Hi, Susan. So with that, you read about the origin of ANKAR'S, why it came to be. And then you go in to the next part of this, and it tells you all about the patterns in English and so forth and all this good stuff. Okay, Tatting Hands DVD. It's on Palmetto's website. Go get it. It's really, really something amazing to look at. The many different ways people tat. And on there is the way you tat ANKAR'S. You're getting close. Y'all are getting warm. All right. So with that said, after you read all this gibberish going on, then it takes you into how you tat ANKAR'S. Okay. You'll see in the notes, Georgia's name in there, people that you have heard of, people you may have took courses from. Everybody that's anybody in the tatting community knows about this. Okay. It's just a lot of people don't teach it because to do it right and do it justice, it takes a lot of trial and effort, and you make more mistakes than you make product. Okay. But once you get the hang of it, then it's all peaches and cream from there. All right. So today we're going to get into it. You can tat using shuttle or needle. Okay. But the first thing we're going to do before we do anything is I'm going to show you what's on my desk, what you use for ANKAR'S. Okay. And I'm going to explain the beads to you. Now you can go out and you can buy cheap beads to practice with. But when you get ready to work ANKAR'S, you want crystals that are true crystals, not acrylic beads that look like crystals. You want gemstone beads. They cost, but it will make the workmanship that you put into it worth every penny. Then if you make it for a gift, people are going to look at that and see that it's handmade from you, but yet it looks like it came from a jeweler's. Can y'all understand that concept? And it is possible. All right. Now, this is what they use today for ANKAR'S tatting. But I will tell you what Rena used to begin with. And that was the same thread that they use at a cobbler to repair shoes and handbags. This stiff stuff. And they matched it with metallic threads. This here is actual ANKAR'S metallic threads. Do you see how they look like silver and gold? It is because it is silver and it is gold. And it is shaved silver and shaved gold. Okay? So what you are putting into it is actual metals. Exactly, Sharon. Exactly. If you're going to do it right. If you're giving it for a gift, do it right. And like I say, ANKAR'S is not for everybody. But it's a technique that if you use it in just general tatting, it'll improve your tatting 100%. Okay? So this is ANKAR'S thread, and I get this from Lisa at the tatting corner. Okay. I don't know how much she's got. I don't know if she's going to continue to sell it or not. But Etta Gastala, her and her daughter make this over in Italy. And it's called penny thread. And it's about the size of a size 20 tatting thread. This is a polyester thread, okay, with a nylon coating. Okay, so it's going to hold up to whatever you do to it. Okay, you can tug, you can pull, you know, you can do whatever you need. It's not coming apart. It's specifically designed for ANKAR'S. Okay, this, you have to order it. Cat Wild is who I got this from. She carries it in the 5,000 meter spools. And 5,000 meters of silver will last you 2 lifetimes. So if you're going to buy it, make sure you got somebody to share it with and share the cost. Because $16 for the spool, okay? And it's 5,000 meters. Figure that out. That is a lot of metallic thread. And it's the actual metallic threads that you use for ANKAR'S. Now, she's got it in silver, gold, and copper, I believe. But you can tat with just the metallic threads. I don't advise it because it can cut into your beads because it's metal. All right. So now for a cheaper version that looks even better, okay, than tatting thread is Ceylon thread. And this is microcord. And I've tatted with this. Some of this that was on the table was tatted with this. And as you can see, this is a little smaller than the ANKAR'S. It is probably in relation to a size 40 thread. It's not as small as an 80, but it is between a 40 and an 80 that handy hands 40 and 80. But it works great. Okay, this piece here was tatted with this thread here. And as you can see, look, it's not a very big piece, okay? But it's tiny. It's an earring. We don't want it jumbo sized. The bigger motif was tatted in the C-long cord thread, okay? And it's about a size 3 on Handy Hands tatting thread. That's about the size it comes out to be. And you have to really grease this stuff up to use it and make it slide. It doesn't have the slickness that the actual penny thread has. The penny thread, like I said, runs about a size 20. Now, you can use this thread. This is called polyester threads, okay? You can get them at the any sewing department. All right, this one is German made, and it is called Mettler's, okay? And it's, you see how shiny it is? Peel that back so you can see. It's got a natural sheen to it that sparkles. Now you can put this with your metallics and tat it that way. It will probably take, to get to a size 20 with this, it will probably take about 2, maybe 3 strands of this and a metallic. You don't want to overdo the metallic, okay? Both of these are going to stretch. This one and this one. They're going to stretch as you're tatting with it. So you have to put the thread on a certain way to keep that stretch from happening. All right. We will get into that. I will show you how to do that. This is not a one class and you're done thing. Okay. This is sim thread. This is a more common thread that you see at your sewing shops. And like I say, it is a polyester nylon type thread. It has a sheen to it. It's very shiny, and that's what you want, okay, to go with your expensive beads. But for practice, what you want to use is your regular tatting thread until you learn the technique. And that's what I want you to practice this weekend, because you're going to retrain your brain and you're going to retrain your muscle memory at this point. Okay? You tat today, you're tatting back and forth, right? ANKAR'S, you don't do that. Nope, 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 nope. ANKAR'S, you have to meet the other hand. One hand moves, the other one sits still. It doesn't move. So you have to stay on top of it. And it does take time, folks. It really does. Because you get used to a meeting in the middle, and that's the way I'm going to tat. And then all of a sudden you say, whoops, I got to change the way I think. That's not easily done. Okay? Now, if you're a needle tatter, yeah, you can do this needle tatting. But I'm going to advise you to get beading needles. Why? Because tatting with those long needles that you all use for needle tatters, no, that's not going to happen for you. Because you have to tat with a needle that works like a shuttle, okay? But it can get up underneath the caps and the stitches, all right? So these you can get over in the bead department, okay? And they're extra fine beading needles. Please be careful with them. They are sharp as a tack. They can cut your little fingers, Don't get blood on your thread because the whole piece is ranked at that point. So be extra careful with those beading needles, okay? Because they are pretty darn sharp. Now, let's get into how do you tat ANKAR'S and what makes it so different? Well, you wrap your hand the same way, okay? We're going to make a ring. Difference is this hand does nothing. This one here does all the work. Your tension is kept here. You want that tension tight. Right now it's loose. You should not be able to move this thread. Okay, so your first order of business is, how do I get my tension not to be so floppy? Well, here is your trick. You see this tail? You want long tails and ANKAR'S because this is what you sew your big beads in with. So you make that tail about 12 inches long. Okay? Hold it in the pinch and wrap that tail just like this around your hand. Okay? Flip it up. Now, take it around. Set up for your ring. Pull off what you need. That's your tail. Put that in and grab it and pull it back up. See how my hand is set up? Can y'all see that? I wrap my tail here. I wrap my hand and I hooked the bottom half of that ring in that catch on my pinky finger. That is so I can get the tension I need up here. You don't want to pull this thread tight. Remember, pretend we're working with this expensive stuff. This and this. Pretend that. This is tatting thread. If you get it right on this, that's a breeze. All right? So, first thing you do, check that tension. When you push on it, if it's still slipping, pull it tight. Make it lay there like it's supposed to. That's what you want. You want to make it lay the right way. There we go. It's not giving. You see? It's not giving. You don't want the give. Now, you put your first double stitch on. Normally, we go in and pull, right? Not with ANKAR'S. This is ANKAR'S. This hand wrap goes in, pulls through, and pulls down. It automatically puts that stitch where it needs to go. Again, the second half. Let this hand come in, under, okay? Loosen our tension, do the flip, pull it in. Make sure this hand never goes towards that one. Bring this hand to this one. Everybody got that? This hand's going to do the work. We roll, bring it over, under, release, flip, and bring it down. Go in. We're going to lay it down. And you get into a rhythm. See how it's working? I'm not going towards my work. My work is coming towards me. And my tension is staying firm. Okay? Anybody else having blurry video? Let me know because we're having wind here. I'd loosen up. All right. So I'm going to zoom in and show you these stitches. All right. So I don't want to make you guys sick. Oh, look at them stitches there. Can y'all see? Can y'all see how even those stitches are? That's what you want. Even stitches. Okay? Now, everybody pick up all. Yeah, when I move fast, it gets kind of blurry. That's because I'm Speedy Gonzalez. Now, after you've got some stitches on your thread, you can release down here this thread because your tension is set at that point. Okay? Now you can move on. Roll it around the hand, bring the left hand to the right hand. Do the flip. Coming back, it's going to do the other half, do the flip. And you will keep those stitches even and your tension even all the way across. Okay? So I want you all to practice that. Practice those movements. All you need is a shuttle, one shuttle with thread on it. Okay, needle tatting is different, and I'm going to show you. And the way I'm going to show you is I am going to pull out a tatting needle. I am going to thread on it. And I'm going to show you how, with a tatting needle, to do this. And what you need is a smaller needle. Okay? You don't need to use your tatting needles. I have used embroidery needles. Okay, this is my needle case. Okay, I got this at Palmetto's one year, and I have used it ever since. Okay, now, for just basic ANKAR tatting, okay, without sewing in my ends, I will use an embroidery needle. Okay, and what you would do is thread the needle, because it's got a blunt tip. I mean, it's not going to stab you. When you get into these, it's going to stab you. Plan on that, okay? Wear Band-Aids. I'm just telling you, wear Band-Aids. Let me get that wet. I would use a needle threader, but right now I can't seem to find one. I had them the other day. God only knows where I put them. I got a new printer stand, and I had to move things to get the printer stand in. And needless to say, when you get a new piece of furniture in a room this size, you got to move the whole house to get the furniture in. So everything's out of sorts right now. All right, you thread your needle as if you were going to sew. You keep it attached to the ball. Okay? And you would wrap your hand as if you was going to shuttle tap. And you take your needle under through the loop and pull it. Over through the loop and pull it. And that's how you do it. You just basically are using your needle as a shuttle. Once you get your piece done and it's time to hide your ends, pull that needle off, thread your beading needle, because you have to run your tails after sewing them in. Okay, and some of those crystals have tiny holes. These are the only thing that will fit through them. Okay, is once you get your beading needle and get your needles threaded, then you have to run that thread after all your beads are on up underneath your little pant legs. Okay, remember our stitches look like a pair of pants with a waistband. Well, you're going to, instead of running it up under the waistband, you're going to run it up under the legs. Okay, one other thing, and you can use a cigarette lighter to do this. Let me get my little tool here. This here, okay, is a thread zapper, it burns the tips of the thread. Because you're working with this type of thread that's polyester and nylon, this will burn the end, so you don't cut it with scissors so it doesn't fray. But when it's burnt while it's still hot, it glues it to the pant legs. Okay, and it makes it stay. Whereas regular tatting thread can come loose on jewelry with beads. And then you're walking down the aisle and there goes your beads. Okay, but on needle tatters, grab you a needle. Grab you an embroidery needle. One of those, the needles they use for cross stitch. I'm not a cross stitch person. I should have been, I guess. I don't know, but I'm not. And you just tat with it. Okay? And when you come back on the second half, you just, boom, Bob's your uncle, and you're done. You got 2 stitches in there before you know it. You're correct, Katia. This is the way it has to be so you can keep that tension. Needle tatters do not have an option for the tension. And you really do not want to fight ANKAR'S with this mile-long needle. Have I got a needle in here? Let me see. I think I do. I think I got some. I think it, folks. I do. Can you imagine tatting ANKAR'S and beading, putting the beads on and stuff using needles this long? I mean, no. I don't want stitches on me. And I'm not piercing anything on my body that ain't already pierced. I'm just saying. That's okay, Debbie. You can watch the replay. Just remember the chat won't come out till tomorrow. So does everybody understand the technique of ANKAR'S to this point?
Obviously, pick, whichever one makes sense.
Yeah, and I sure can. With the needle or the shuttle?
Well, yeah, Jeffrey said 6.
Okay. Yes. Darning needle. That's it. Oh, chat's decided to go Speedy Gonzalez. Yes. Yes. The ANKAR techniques makes the tension even and tight. And the thing of it is, with the needle, you're not coming to your work. You're working right here in your spot. Okay. You're holding it steady right in one spot. All right. So you're not having to meet and greet your work. Okay. All right. Needle, needle, needle. Okay. Everybody wants to see needle again. Let me zoom in so y'all can get a good shot of this. Okay. Don't want to make y'all sick. All right. You use the needle as if it was a shuttle. The difference between this and the shuttle is you can keep your tension here because you're not fighting the shuttle. Okay, you're not doing the shuttle thing. So you go under, over, through the loop. Okay, you pull it tight, let go of your tension, roll it down. Okay, over, through the loop. Just like with shuttle. Okay, and as you can see, your tension is staying like it should because you are not moving your hand. You're only moving the needle and thread. Okay, over, under, over, through the loop. Down, over, under, or around is what I'd say, through the loop. And your tension is straight. See, I can take it up. You can see what I've done. That gold just don't show up, does it? Don't know why. Exactly, Pam. Exactly. That is why, I mean, in fact, I'll show you. Let me move this stuff out of the way because everything's going to go flying, flying, flying. All right. One of these earrings was done with needle. One was done with shuttle. Can you tell the difference? Any kind of short needle, a darning needle, an embroidery needle, something with a blunt tip. So you don't jab your fingers. Okay, I will do the shuttle again. But can you tell the difference between needle and shuttle? There is none. Because you're using the needle as a shuttle. Nope. No, Zen. This one's the needle. Yes, you can even handle the metallic threads. You thread all your threads with the needle. Okay. So now we want to see shuttle again. All right, let's do that. That needle out, get it put up so I don't step on it or my dog don't come in here and find it and say, oh, dinner. Let me get some thread here. All right. Let me pull out just a little bit. That should be good enough. So y'all can see the basic technique. Now, because we're not attached to a ball, we're not attached to another shuttle, we have no weight to hold this tension when we're using a shuttle. Okay? Whereas with needle, our hand is relaxed here. We can build our tension and hold it. We're not fighting the tension. It's the same size thread. All right. So you want a long tail, about 12-inch tail. Okay. See how long that tail is? And then after you wrap your hand, get your hand set, come in, tie that finger up with that and pull it all in to hold that tension. Now we have our tension set. Left hand for right-handed tatters. Left hand meets right hand. For left-handed tatters, right hand is going to meet the left hand. Okay? So, do our roll to get our stitch on. Go over, under. We turn our hand over to cause the flip and pull it down. Get ready. Coming in, under, over. Turn our hand over, it flips. Just like that. And you pull it down into position. After you get several stitches, okay, after you get several stitches, it will hold its tension on its own. All right, you tat. Joan tats really tight. She didn't see a difference in how the stitching looks. You will see a difference because it's even. Your caps will be as even can be. Let me show you. Let me get something here that's lighter. Get off my finger. You see this? You see how them caps are even all the way around? That's ANKAR'S. It's tatted using the ANKAR'S method. Okay? Let me get this light for you if I can get it loose. Let me show you. Can you see that? Can you see how those caps and all that stay flat and they're even? That is the trick. Okay? You want it even. Like it laid down there and was stitched by a machine, and it was made to lay even. Okay. Okay, you're not seeing the difference. Normal tatters. Let me pull off some more thread. Y'all are helping me clean off this shuttle. Thank you. Normal tatters, when they tat, the right hand meets the left. Okay? They go back and forth. They're sort of running at the same pace, I think, sometimes. Other tatters don't tat that way. Okay? But for ANKAR'S, this hand has to stay in one spot. It can't meet halfway. Because the minute you take it to meet it halfway, you have lost your tension. ANKAR'S is all about the tension. 2 layers. ANKAR'S is in layers. Okay. It can also be flat. You give it depth, okay, by your application. Okay. When you apply the ANKAR'S method to your tatting, it automatically makes your stitches stand up and say, hello, I'm out here. But when you do normal tatting, you lose that depth. Normal tatting, hands are running back and forth. Hi, Aurora. All right, Anne's trying it. She saw a difference. Right, I am doing the movements with my left hand for the ANKAR'S method. My right hand stays stable, okay? All my right hand does is this. That's it. It will get tight if you tat the ANKAR'S method. It will automatically be the tightness you need. You do not need to adjust your tension. It automatically will come. Just like tatting reverse riego. It makes the flip. You don't have to worry about learning the flip if you tat reverse riego or riego method, because it's automatically putting that flip in there. It does work, Katia, but it still doesn't give you the tension you need here. See, you've got to have the tension in here, or them stitches are not going to lay even across. Harola can tell you, she's seen me do this in person. And she said, now I got it. Okay. And it's, if you see it, eyeball it. Okay. You'll see what I'm talking about. So what I want you all to do right now, everybody pick up a shuttle, a needle, something. Okay. Wrap your hand and just tat me a ring. Tat a ring of, say, 10 pico 10, because ANKAR'S is big rings. Okay. So let's all do that. We're going to do 10 stitches. All right. That's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, going to open our ring up. I'm going to put a picot in there, and we're going to do another 10. All right, I got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That tail is getting in my way down there. I keep grabbing it with my pinky. All right, I got 7, 8, 9, and 10. I try not to stretch my thread out unless I'm between a stitch. Okay. Or at the end of the element. The reason is because it shows on your tatting. Okay. Now, this is going to be hard for you to see the difference. Okay. This is regular tatting. Can you all see how these stitches don't look uniform? Even though they are uniform, they don't present themselves uniformly. Okay. Now, I want you to tat another ring using ANKAR'S method, and you will see the difference. Right. It's similar to the split ring, Arlene, the way you're doing it. Loosen up on that grip, and loosen up on your grip. Okay. Now we're going to bring it in, pull, 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 bring it in, pull. That put, what, 3? It looks like this hand is moving to that one, but it's really not. Okay. And you have to make this hand stay still. You have to. All this hand is supposed to do is the roll. That's it. Okay. Then after you've tatted 10, let's see how many I got. Y'all have to excuse my phone. It's going off. I got people texting me. People like to talk to me. I love it. Get to you. I love it. All right, I got Harold going back to work. She's going back to work. Now I'm just making a really super small ring here to show you the uniformity. If I can get it to do this. Come on, baby. Be glad when I can get this set up right. You see that ring there? You see how those stitches stand up and talk to you? Yet this one here, they're just dormant. They're not puffy. ANKAR'S, in my opinion, makes it puffy. Exactly. That's what I was trying to say, Aurora. She explained it. The stitch, when tatting with the left hand, like in ANKAR'S, the stitch should be tight, but also higher than the common stitch. That is exactly what this is demonstrating. It makes those stitches just stand up and wave at you and say, hey, I'm here. I'm meant to be beautiful. Yeah. Aurora tats that way. I don't know. We've got files in the class files that Aurora has, given to the classes. My God, her tatting is amazing, folks. It's absolutely amazing. So, here's your homework. I'm going to give you the tester pattern because when we come back Tuesday, we are making these earrings. Okay? This is Tuesday's project, those earrings. All right? Now, homework, folks. Homework. Let me get down here to what I need. This pattern here. Okay? The ANKAR style hair clip. Don't make it into a hair clip. I want you to practice tatting ANKAR'S. When you make your joins, don't worry about if it's an up join or a down join. Just make the join. We'll get into joins on Tuesday. Okay? And I may go ahead and pull in a class on Thursday. I don't know at this point. Okay. You may adapt better to ANKAR'S. Okay. Some people that have difficulty, let me switch cameras here. There we go. Sometimes it's a little slow. So am I. So we'll just. Okay. You might adapt to ANKAR'S better than regular tatting, Mary. The thing about ANKAR'S is once you develop the technique, okay, and you learn it, apply it in your other tatting, okay? Because if you do, your stitches will always be even. They'll be tight, and they'll be standing up there and just waving flags at you, telling you how pretty they are, okay? Pam, with holding the loom, your hand is at rest. If you're using a needle, your hand is at rest. It's just like the high five method of split rings. Your hand's at a rest state because it's laying down on the table. You're just, when you use a needle to tat ANKAR'S, this hand is just doing this and this hand's doing this. Okay? When you're using the needle. So your tension and everything automatically stays like it should. Okay? But if you're going to use a shuttle, and I got news for you, you need to learn this shuttle. Okay? Because if you don't, what's going to happen is you're going to get a pattern. And I'm going to tell you, Angela's got a beautiful butterfly pattern. I've done it once. I did it as a gift. My God, the beads I had to load on the shuttle was unbearable. Okay, this thing had like 500 beads in it. Okay, but it was the most beautiful three-dimensional butterfly you ever laid your eyes on. Okay, it was one of her first patterns. And I just fell in love with it. And trying to manipulate those beads using that needle, no, I don't wish that on anybody, not even my worst enemy. Okay? I don't think I have any enemies. Wouldn't like to know. Okay? But I'm saying that if you're going to do it, learn it. Use it in everyday tatting. If you're going to be a shuttle tatter, learn it on shuttle. If you're going to be a needle tatter, learn it on needle. But try to learn it with both tools, because if you don't, you get into those larger patterns that have like 500 beads to them, you're going to find yourself in trouble. Okay? Now, this is an intermediate beginner technique. Okay? Ladder intermediate beginner technique. Okay? Beginner because it's all rings. I mean, we can tat rings with 40 stitches on it till the cows come home. But the technique itself is what makes it hard. It's because you have to master that technique. And what I did to master it is I took an ace bandage and I strapped my hand around my waist. So my hand could not move to my left hand. And that's how I broke myself from the meet and greet in the middle, like most tatters do. Okay? The pinch, you don't hold a heavy pinch on it, Pam. You really don't. Yes, the working thread is the control from the left hand, not the right. ANKAR method, the way that it differs is with Riego, you still use both hands. Okay? Because you're wrapping that thread around your hand, you're pulling this one out. They're still meeting in the middle. Okay? Riego does not make those stitches go pop. Are the beads always sewn in with ANKAR'S? Is that the correct? All right, sewn in. No, you have the tiny beads that are on the shuttle that you tat in. And we're going to get into that next week, where they need to go. That's rule number 2. You got to plan your beads. Okay? So, like I said, this is not a one-shot, it's all done class. This is extensive because I'm not going to teach you how to do it and just leave you hanging. You're welcome, Mary. All right. Yarnia is Richard. He's the one that's going to be teaching the class for Helix Tatting when we have our Helix Tatting class. So y'all welcome him. For needle version, it would have to go on the ball thread unless it's a core thread bead. That's why I'm saying needle tatters can't use the needle like they do for needle tatting. All you can do is use a needle and do the shuttle technique. Okay? You're actually tatting on the core thread. And if you've got beads in it and you're using the needle technique, you're not going to get those beads on that core thread. Richard, I do need to get up with you soon. Dennis wants to try the inviting on the StreamYard with you. Make sure you know how to do that. Let's see. What any other questions I missed? Let me see. Sounds like you're doing it right, Laura. Okay, I think I've caught up. Have I answered everybody's questions? Okay, Barb, I'll talk to you later. You're welcome, Tasneem. Tasneem is one of our star students. She's been teaching herself some very, very advanced techniques. I'm so proud of her. You're welcome, Joan. You're very welcome. All right, before we call class, I want everybody to give this class a thumbs up. We had a huge class today, and Tuesday we're coming back with part 2 of ANKAR'S. Well, you're welcome, Harola. I'm so glad you could make it. Thank you, Judy. Thank you, Nancy. And to all our super chatters and super stickers, thank you. I know Pam's been saying thank you to everybody. I know we had Nancy and Barbara, and who else, Pam? I want to give everybody a shout out. Hi, Debbie. Debbie and I used to do Esme's lace auction. You're welcome, Barbara. Now we're going to get into some fancy footwork before it's over with. All right? I'm so glad you could come, Debbie. Oh, Katia, that's all I got is time and patience. Don't mind sharing it at all. Thank you, Sue. Sue, I'll give you a call after class. I want to hear all about your trip. Oh, dear B, I'm not amazing. You all are. Awesome, Debbie. Love you. Love you, Aurora. All right, ladies, I'm going to call it a class. Gents, I'm calling it a class. I hope everybody had fun. Practice your practice pattern. All I want is for you to practice that technique, get it down, because you're going to need it on Tuesday. All right? So until Tuesday, may all your threads make beautiful lace and never tangle. Happy tatting, everybody. Have a great weekend, and I'll see you on Tuesday. Bye-bye.